Yo, what's up? Happy Friday. I'm Ramon. Some of you guys know me, some of you don't. This is an offline. I don't really do much offlines. This is Snow's thing. He's the game master, mastermind, the console prophet. But something crossed my feed today. I really had to talk about it. It was, I think, something very interesting and something that came to light. And I don't want to come off as I knew it would come to light, but I thought it was pretty inevitable, and here we are at this point. And yeah, so pardon the topic of the video. I don't mean to make you guys feel as if you're jackasses, even if you are. But it's to get your attention. So what are we talking about? Sony detailed the 1.5 update that will be available day one for the PlayStation 4. And it wasn't much. It wasn't much to it. I saw the initial release and I read through the notes and everything looked okay. It's fine. Um, from what I gathered, everything up to now was pretty much just locked down, and this is the update that says, boom, production live, everything good. You now own a real PlayStation. But it wasn't until I was about to leave work and I checked my feed. I do my reading on the train, my reading, my writing, and I came across an article with a very snarky title. It was pretty much like Sony releases day one patch to enable basic features. I said, wait, what? Like, what are they talking? Like, did I miss something? So I went back and I read the original article, and holy shit, there it was, like DVD and Blu-ray playing, and there was a couple others. It was so crazy to me, right? Because I had fought so much to be exempt from this type of silliness, where one journalist wants you to hone in on something and to feel a certain way about this, and then another, does likewise. You got the Xbox camp, you got the PlayStation camp, and then you got the PC camp over there laughing at everybody, and the Nintendo camp. It's so much, and it's so easy to have someone's opinion on something really sway you, or change what or how you believe, and especially in terms of products. And I try so hard to fight against that, but this article really, really drew me in. And it wasn't, it had a good amount of bias in it, yes, but it was based off of all factual information. In fact, the release coming from Sony. But what I thought was interesting is I started to recollect a lot of the outrage and the outlash from the gamers that was happening with the Xbox One. And some of you guys seen my rant videos or roasts, whatever I call them. Some people didn't like it, some people loved it. I let out a lot of frustration there, and I really expressed my disgust for gamers through those two videos. And the links will be below. I'll probably put in annotations or whatever. And it was interesting to see these emotions come back, these feelings, emotions and feelings, right? Like I'm talking about a female here or a cat or some shit. But you spend a good amount of your life using a product or a brand, and you get emotional about it. You can't help it. It is what it is. That's why we're gamers. So something that stuck out to me was, and I vividly remember this. The I defended the always on technology in the Xbox One, and to me it wasn't a big deal. Like, what do you mean? The rest of the world doesn't have internet that's always on? They don't. But we take that for granted, right? And a lot of the comments and the outlash that I got on the videos and toward Microsoft was coming from that direction. There's people out there that has caps. They can only use a gig a month. There's people out there that don't have broadband. this is very real. And one that really stuck out to me was I think a soldier or an army, somebody wrote an article on how they're at sea or on post or whatever for large amounts of time, of large amounts of time at a time. And there was tons of comments like, yeah, you know what I mean, me too. Fuck Microsoft. Microsoft's fucking up PlayStation and so forth. And it all comes full circle. Here goes Sony with this day one patch. And Snow and I spoke about this. You know, we don't have a particular fondness toward this behavior. It sort of gives a feeling that the product was rushed. You know, you mean to tell me you had all this time, but I still must download a gig update to get the shit to work? We're outside of that. That's okay. It's not okay, but it's what we have to deal with. Fine. But here's Sony with this update. And unless you download this update over the internet, you can't do a simple thing like watch a Blu-ray. This is a problem. And feel where I'm coming from. It's not a problem for me because I'm going to be online and I'm going to have the update. But it's a problem because the very same people that were out there thinking up of these wild technical scenarios as to why an always-on connection is not a feasible thing in a next-generation console when everything else is. Here comes Sony with the very core of their product unable to function unless they do the very same thing. But you won't hear this. A lot of these people are just not going to say anything. All of a sudden, there isn't 400 pages of soldiers in a forum somewhere complaining. All of a sudden, the soldier that wrote it doesn't want to write another one saying, oh shit, I was mad at Microsoft, I switched to Sony, and I'm gonna get fucked anyway. Again, you're not gonna get fucked. Microsoft wasn't trying to fuck you. This is how technology progresses. The internet is as basic as walking. Sure, some of us don't have streets to walk on. Alright. But if you don't have internet, broadband internet, I'm gonna say a $500 console, a $400 gaming console is probably the least of your worries. And I think it's so unfair how Sony sort of channeled the angry mob. Now, don't get it twisted. Microsoft's deficiencies to really communicate what always-on technology was about, how DRM was going to work, that's on them. And if you're a Microsoft lover like I am, you're used to this type of shit. Microsoft couldn't communicate to save their lives. You just have to understand and rely on sources like myself, props to me, that can decode whatever Microsoft said, right? But Sony did what they were supposed to, and they went in. Now, my problem with that is the Gamerz. And this is why I was so disappointed in the Gamerz. You know, I feel like Gamerz are one of a few core communities that are really intelligent all around. You know, they do their research. They're very precise with the way they think about things and how they spend their money. And there's not too many consumer pockets out there that are like Gamerz. And it was crazy to me to even see the shit that was going on when Sony got two 40, 50-year-old dudes in suits. This is how you share a DVD, a game with your friend. That's fucking crazy to me. Not one of them admitted, oh shit, it's kind of cool that I can share all of this digitally. It's kind of cool that I can go from here to here and have my entire game collection follow me without any hassle. it's so frustrating to watch that type of behavior just because it's Microsoft. And that's where the frustration came from. And now, after all of that happened, right? Sony comes out, or I don't even know if they're fit. There's rumors or leak, wherever this shit came from. There's a $460 PlayStation 4 with the iToy bundle. You don't have to be like that extra $40 between that bundle and the Xbox One does not equal the innovation, the capabilities, and the dopeness of the Kinect. It just doesn't. You're still missing a slew of shit that comes with that Kinect. And let's be real, the Xbox is worth that $100 more, even aside from that bundle, right? Then you have things like you've got the voice command shit, you've got the multitasking shit. All of that's in such a dope package, and people just act as if it was just inferior. Now, Sony may have won the hardware race, yes, but what does that mean? If you're watching this, it means everything to you. But think about the plenty of people that aren't on YouTube, that aren't typing in PlayStation 4 filter today. Think about those people. Do you not think the ability to control their TV, the ability to Skype, the ability to have whatever ESPN fantasy shit they got going on, you not think that's important to them? So there's a stance here. There's the PS4 raw gamers, indie games, powerful ass system, all of this shit you could ever want. And then there's the Xbox with a good deal of that, but plenty of the other consumer shit. Now, you watching this may not want the consumer shit, but the consumer not watching this wants the consumer shit. So it's interesting to see people perceive it as a fail. And it's not fair, especially when, back to the Sony and how they're unraveling is the only word I could use. You know, you're coming out with this update and people are like, wait, what? You know, the hard drive situation. It just goes to show that Sony did what they were supposed to in really exploiting Microsoft's lack of communication. Yes, but it spawned such a hatred from the gaming community that now that Sony is coming down to earth more and more and more and more, the gaming community is looking like the flip-flop. So a lot of the things I hate this, I hate that, Sony turns around and does it, and it's like, oh. Listen. I'm not fighting anymore, you know. Me and Snow had a long talk about this shit. There's people that get it and there's people that don't. There's people that just don't like Sony. There's people that just don't like Microsoft. That's fine. All I ever really do is ask people to be fair. If we're going to engage in conversation about these things, just be fair. So, if you're going to tell me that Always On was the dumbest shit you ever seen, and then Sony comes out with a day one patch that you can only get on the internet, that's not fair. And when I say Sony made the gamers look like the jackass, it seems to me it's like Sony really angled themselves in a corner to put a battery in people's back. Go get them, go get them. Look what they're doing. Meanwhile, they were doing the exact same thing in a different way, or not as bad but worse in other, and it's just wow. And when it's all said and done, it's all leveled out. These things will be out in a few weeks. If you're gonna get an Xbox, you already have your pre-order in. If you're gonna get a PlayStation, you already have your pre-order in. So you chose it. You know, people are already set in their opinions, and I think we should really stop fighting and acting like jackasses towards each other on forums, because both companies have an agenda. Both companies know what they're doing. Both companies lied. Both products are strong. And I mean, yo, it just is what it is, man. Can we all just get along? Fuck Sony. Fucking with you. Yo, it's your boy Ramon. hit me in the comments, man. Let me know how you feel about that. And I'm not talking to the Xbox dudes. Don't get on there and start flaming people, man. Don't do that. What I really want to know is I want the Sony dudes. I want the Sony dudes to talk to me. I want y'all to come out and be like, you know what? You got a good point. I didn't like that. Because that's a lot of what I'm seeing in the comments. People like, well, it's all good. It's all good. At least it ain't such. Like, nah, like, yo, let's be real. You ain't like it. It's not right. It's a little bit of what you was complaining about when Microsoft did it. And these things are really even, man. But yeah, get a chance. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe. You know, Snow and myself, we work hard on this channel. And we really like your subscriptions and your comments. It lets us know that, you know, you're rocking out with us and you like the content. So, yeah, it's your boy Ramon. I'm out of here, man. Enjoy your weekend, folks.